Okay, enough of the exams. Let's go back and let's talk about the school stuffs, the juicy stuffs. First of all, Jordana and Topher had been gotten closer, which I find kind of weird because usually not usually, but they used to be kinda enemies to each other. But I guess now Jordana, is trying to also lure Topher into her army. And Jordana using her reputation for being super smart, fast, strong, and pretty. Jordana is also like physical appearance wise very good looking, not only the face but also the other parts of the body. It just lately I've been really obsessed with uh, a Japanese manga artist by the name of Junji Ito, and Jordana actually kind of reminds me of Tomie a little bit. But yeah, I probably shouldn't worry about that. For June 27th, also, yes, um, after school, June 25th, I have to go back to school for chemistry extra class, and same for the next day. And for June 27th, I also have to go back to school, but because I have to do a rehearsal for the inner house quiz competition. I'm not participating in the competition. I am one of the staffs who is supposed to observe the participants and write down their answers and see if they're correct or not, which kind of suck. I do kind of want to go onto the stage and play and fight for my house, but I was never presented the chance. I was so close to actually going up to the stage though, because Oliver, who works for the house, one of the committees of the house, Orange House, he asked me if I could participate, if I could join the competition, but by that time, I was already chosen to be one of the staffs. So that sucks. Also, after school on June 26th, I went to Leo's new apartment, and along with Marty, Tom, Adam, Natalie, and Pink, and of course Leo himself, and they kept playing like Chinese songs, which are boring. I played some heavy metal, and they're like, "Stop playing rock music! Stop playing rock music!" And I'm like, "Dude, it's metal. It's like an extension of rock music. It isn't really rock music. Rock music isn't just noisy, crazy guitar explosions." Even though I love metal also, so yeah. Of course, I want to listen to more Chinese music because, you know, ethnic. But they also need to listen to more Western music as well. But yeah, it just pisses me off that they know so little about music and they still think they know a lot about music. And Potato Gang, aka Ernest, Andy, Ronald, Dean, and Kingsley, they're actually playing Minecraft. And I was so happy to hear that because I haven't played Minecraft in such a long time. And I miss Minecraft. So and they're playing mods. They're playing this mod pack by the name of Texit, which is a blend of Hexit and Tekkit on the Technic launcher. And I played it with them, and boy, it's fantabulous. Not only are we closer to become friends, but also I miss Minecraft. Uh, and their base is so disorganized, like everything's broken. The chests are so messy. Uh, it's actually really hilarious. And on June 27th, we have finally entered the post-exam period where we have nothing to do at school other than bullshit organized by teachers. And we need to do this career expo thing where we are separated into groups. There are two sections 2 sessions. Okay, it's kind of hard to explain this, but I'm gonna try my best. So, all the students in Form 5, aka 11th grade, we are separated into groups, but everyone are more like we are given to I'm gonna show you. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna show you. I have it right here. But you know, I guess you already know my name by now. Anyway, this is what we're gonna do. So, this is the first section, and you know, and this is the first section. I got entrepreneurship / performance, and of course, I was given this because of the performance part, not the entrepreneurship part. Like, I'm not interested in making a company of my own. And then for the second part, I got music. So yes, prior to this, we did a little questionnaire where the questionnaire sort of asks us a bunch of questions, and at the end, the results are basically we're given 2 types of career that we would love to do when we grow up. And so for every career there's a talk. So like I was chosen to attend a talk about entrepreneurship / performance, and I have to go to room 501. And then after that, music, so room 505. And everyone has different. Some, you know, has engineering, some has I don't know, arts, some has architecture, some got yeah, all sorts. And I got scammed because I went to the talk for entrepreneurship / performance, and the talk is actually about entrepreneurship. The whole performance part, it's non-existent. It's nowhere to be found. And for the music part, it's not all that interesting either, so it's kind of bullshit. Also, for the entrepreneurship / performance part, Jordana and Anne were also attending the talk, and they sat beside me, and they were there because of the entrepreneurship part. But yeah, it's boring. For June 28th, I also went back to school after lunch for the rehearsal for the quiz, and it's so fucking boring. Yeah, it's the nothing day because nothing happens. We just walk around in our classroom and we have nothing to do. Exams over. Our life is meaningless again. We had to they give us iPads, and we need to register and record down all the achievements that we had got throughout the year, and it's sort of like, you know, a profile. And you know, we watched music videos because we were bored, and you know, yeah. Also, there's this program through in Hong Kong. It's called Model United Nations. Basically, an activity where a bunch of students around the same age will pretend to be countries, and they would go to a lot of meetings, do a lot of research, write a lot of reports, and model United Nations. And originally I wanted to join, but for some reason I didn't join. Wow, so many people joined. Natalie, Jennifer, Caroline, Selena, Scooby, Leo, Adam, Grant, Wendy, Umbrielle, and they made a lot of Instagram stories about the meetings, and they legit look kind of fun. And I kind of regretted not joining it. Even Adam and Grant joined it, and I didn't. Even though it would be fun, and I know stuffs about countries, and I can speak English, but nope, I didn't join. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Okay, so I'm back again, half an hour later, talking about June the 2nd. where it's finally the inner house quiz competition that everybody's waiting for. So I sat right. So this is the stage, and I sat, and this is how high it gets, and this is the normal ground. I sat right here, and the timer, the observers, the computer assistants. The computer assistants are on the stage. The the all the other people, the staffs, the judges are all at the front, while the audience is in the back, of course. And we have 4 houses: red, orange, yellow, green. I'm in orange house, not my fault. It's assigned randomly, and we have the inner house quiz competition. Yeah. So okay, you know what? I'm just gonna show you something. This is sort of like the arrangement. This is the stage, and this is the 3 tables in front of the stage, and this is red, orange, yellow, green, and then the MCs, the masters of ceremony, stand here. There's this girl beside me, who's studying in Form 3, kept on talking to me for some reason. She also has a friend, but they also talk a lot, and she talks a lot, so she basically talks to strangers very actively. And I don't. I'm pretty much the opposite of that. I'm not a very social person, admittedly. And she keeps on talking to me, and I replied to her, and she followed me on my Instagram. She somehow found me, and it's weird. And yeah. At first, I rooted for Orange House because it's my house. At first, Orange House kind of sucked, especially when Oliver went up. Oliver had to go up because no one else could, and Oliver's not a very smart person, admittedly, even though he's a cool dude. It just went down, and all the other houses, their scores, they went up. It's very concerning. At first, it's the must answer questions. Like, every house has to answer 25 questions, and then after that section, after the recess, we have the second part of the quiz, of the competition, where it's more like somebody asks a question, and one of the houses must be the fastest to answer. So that the second part was way more intense. Hector was up there as Red House, and I was observing Red House. And for one of the right answers of a question is advancements in technology. And he answered advancement in technology. And I wrote that down. He didn't pronounce the S sound. So when somebody came up to me asking me if I had heard the S sound or not, I denied. And I was telling the truth. I wasn't planning on, attacking Hector or anything. And because of that, Red House lost 20 points. And Hector hates me now. I felt kind of bad about that, but at the same time, Hector kind of deserves it because Hector answered so many questions correctly. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, he's amazing. And then I deducted 20 marks from him, and he's all pissed off now. Like, 20 is like nothing compared to all the marks that Red House had gotten. However, at the very end, Orange House took the lead until after the competition had ended. All the house comedies are, arguing over, small things like if the S sound is pronounced, if this word is pronounced correctly or not, if this person had, stuttered or not, if that is an alternatively correct question. Like, so many small things to argue about. And at the very end, Greenhouse came up on top. And, After the competition, me and Potato Gang left, and we talked about the quiz for how close it is, and then everybody was like, nah, let's just not talk about this quiz thing. It's gonna break up our relationships. It's gonna break our friendships. Yeah, after school, I and Potato Gang actually had lunch together. Originally, I was gonna have lunch with Natalie, like I planned to have lunch with Natalie, but Natalie's with Topher and Hector, and they both hate me, so yeah. For some of the questions in the quiz, the participants actually got overly excited and pressed the button before the master of ceremony, the host had even finished the question. Like, for one of the questions, the host asked, in Avengers Endgame, who is the first person to say "I love you" 3,000? And everybody was like pressing the button, and then the button got pressed. The host stopped talking. I think it was Yellow House or something, and the host said, Yellow House, please answer." And the person was like, C, Tony Stark. Like, originally the host is gonna say A something something, B something something, C something something, D something something, but the host haven't even finished. And the Yellow House guy said C, Tony Stark. And it was wrong. It was Megan Stark. Her daughter said it first. Everybody forgot about that. Anyway, Valerie, the person who's responsible for a lot of the stuffs of the school cabinet, the school union, the student union, she was up there, representing Orange House as well, and she fucked up. Yeah, but other than that, didn't really care about the competition that much, really. After having lunch with Potato Gang, I actually went to Oliver's house again, and for some reason he had 3 cats, and I and one of his cats had a staring competition. I just stared at it for like 1 minute straight, and it doesn't blink. I mean, it does, but it doesn't blink that often as humans do. And then after that, Cedric showed up. I told Cedric I was on top of the mall beside our school, where Oliver lives. And Cedric was like, I'm at the mall now. And then I went back down from the apartment to the mall, and I couldn't find Cedric. Cedric sent me a picture, and apparently he's in the wrong mall. So we had to walk towards each other's direction until we meet at one point. So we did that. We meet, and it was fantastic. I'm really happy to see him. And then we took a bus to my home district, where we meet up with Natalie, who was there because he forgot to bring her keys to her apartment. So Natalie lives in another district. Anyway, me, Cedric, Natalie, we talked, and we sat down in this small little restaurant place and had some pizza. That's pretty cool. And also, I shouldn't be telling you this. I feel like I really shouldn't be telling you this, but I guess I'm gonna just say it very indirectly, because I can't trust all of you, because you're all strangers. But Natalie's a little jealous of the thoughts. More like Natalie's kind of pissed off that the thoughts could get away with taking photos of their cleavage, while other girls can't. So she took a photo of herself and put it on Instagram, the private account that only a few people follows. So it's apparently a social experiment. Anyway, July 3rd, Jordana and Anne are in Ho Chi Minh City. Same goes for Olivia. And we got back our report cards. Not back. We got our report cards. They're drafts. They're the first version. And for the overall for the form, for the entire year, I am number 4 in English, which is fucking fantastic. I've never been this good at English before. However, Natalie got number 2, and it's a little head scratching because I got number 1 of the class in English. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you this. One day, Jordana and Anne just told me that I'm number 1 in English of the class. And at first I was like, really? Come on. How about Leo? How about Natalie? How about Kingsley? Nope, it's me. I am the winner. Yay! But, I was humble about it. I didn't, straight up tell everyone. I just kept it to myself. But people quickly knew. But then later on when I have the report card, I'm number 4 now in the whole form, and Natalie is at number 2, better than me. That's kind of weird, but whatever. Number 4, fantastic. Number 6 in maths as well, which is pretty great. Could be better though. Yeah, kind of became worse in biology and physics. Kind of better in chemistry. And my worst subject is actually PE rather than Chinese. I am actually in the top 90 out of 151 students in Chinese. And I'm happy about that. Okay, July 4th. On July 3rd, the post-exam period is over and we have to start going to school and attend classes again. Teachers got to teach again. And it's pretty boring, not much to do, not much to expect. It's just kind of pathetic that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, around 9 days after the exam, we had to go to school and continue to study again. And then what else happened? I don't know. July 4th, a couple of days ago, not much had really happened. Yeah, I guess not much had really happened. I haven't seen Mary lately. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. I kind of gave up on trying to, befriend Mary, because it just seems impossible. And what's even more impossible is befriending Linda, because she's even more, far at the deep end than Mary. At least Mary and Oliver are still friends. Mary and her black hair and the mole right here, really easily recognizable. I don't know. Yesterday, also not much had happened. We have to go back to school after lunch also because we needed to do chemistry experiments in the laboratory for like 3 hours straight. And we had to make soap as one of the experiments. We did 3 experiments. One of them is to, we combined potassium dichromate, sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, and ethanoic acid together in a pear-shaped flask, and it's heated under reflux, connected to a condenser, and then oxidation happened, and the potassium dichromate is oxidized. I think so. Yeah, was it reduced? Shit. Yeah. And then for the second experiment, we have to titrate. We have to react some aspirin pills with excess sodium hydroxide, and then with the remaining solution, we have to dilute it and then titrate against some dilute sulfuric acid, so that we can find out how pure is the aspirin. But for the third experiment, it's a fun one. We have to make soap, and because of that, we had to buy cartons. I don't think it's a thing in the USA where people put drinks in cartons of milk, cartons of lemon tea, cartons of milk tea, or whatever. So I bought chocolate milk, which is weird because yesterday morning I drank milk, and then afternoon I also drank milk, which is weird. I shouldn't drink too much milk. But yeah, I drank some chocolate milk. I got an empty box, and we mixed olive oil and sodium hydroxide together, and then pour it into a milk box. And this is soap. It's soap inside. Yeah, it's soap inside. Yeah, and it should be cooled down by now. Yeah, anyway. Anyway, that's it. Okay, so right now it's July 13th, about 3 p.m. And, let's wrap this up. So, time really moves so fast. I actually feel, not like I'm afraid, but I feel concerned by the fact that time is going so fast that I'm not able to control, my time management. Anyway, I left off on July 5th talking about the chemistry lab experiment stuffs, and then let's move over to July 8th, which is Natalie's birthday. So happy birthday to Natalie, I guess. She's 17 now. And on that day, it just fucking sucks. I couldn't fall asleep until 3:30 a.m. for some weird ass reasons. I took some sleeping pills, some melatonin pills, 2 small tablets of melatonin, and I actually did fall asleep eventually. And in the morning, I didn't feel that sleepy at all. Like something's wrong with me. And then everything just went wrong in the morning. All these small minor problems just feel like one big problem. The breakfast is literally unseasoned sausage and eggs with a muffin bun, sorta like a bun with jam and cream cheese at the side. And I was like, nope, I'm not gonna fucking eat that. So I ate the eggs and the sausage and tried to sleep again because that's a habit that I have. I would usually sleep again after I have breakfast because I'm tired and I want to it's just a habit. So yeah, and I overslept. And my dad woke me up at 7:27, and when my dad woke me up, he was standing right there. Okay, so I feel like you won't be able to see this. So there's the chair here. And this is the steps up to my bunk bed, and this is where I sleep. So when I woke up, when my dad woke me up on that day at 7:27 p.m., he stood on that chair and he laid his arm at the side of my bed. And he had never done something like that before. So of course I was pissed because A, I hate it when people invade my privacy. B, he's gonna mess up the chair and the bed and everything around it because he's not that hygiene of a person. So I'm just really pissed off, and I'm already late. I'm not supposed to wake up this late. So I was just super pissed off, super angry, and at the end my mom drove me to school and I wasn't late to school. But yeah, just morning fucking sucks. And then after that, cuz my mom's mopping the ground for some reason, and the mop wiped over my feet, and the mop is dirty, so I had to wash my feet, and I had to wash my feet twice in the fucking morning. Of course, I'm pissed off. And actually, I forgot to talk about July 7th, the day before. Actually, I forgot to talk about the day before, on July 7th. I cannot go to my mom's office to edit videos because that's where the editing, the crazy, editing software is, and that big computer, whatever. I'm not gonna explain too much. So yeah, on that day I have nowhere to go. I need to eat lunch by myself, and Cedric is back. Natalie wants to hang out with Cedric and with me, so I decided to hit them up, and that is me, Natalie, Cedric, Leo, and Pink. We went to a couple districts away. We went to a mall, and we went to a food court, and we had lunch over there, and we talked, and it was pretty happy. It was pretty pleasant. And then we went to IKEA, and we went from bed to bed. Have I told you this before? I feel like I've told you this before, but yeah, we went from bed to bed in IKEA, and every time we see a bed, we just, sit there and chat and hang out and rest. And but you can't blame us because everyone else is doing the same thing. I think that 90% of the people who go to IKEA basically want to sit in couches and beds and rest. So yeah, kind of douchey actually, but whatever. And then we went to the mall across the IKEA, and Leo and Pink had frozen yogurt, which is super duper expensive. 39 Hong Kong dollars for one small cup of frozen yogurt, which is like the equivalent of six, five and a half US dollars for one small cup of frozen yogurt. So yeah, I didn't buy that. I did go to the McDonald's to buy a salt ice cream, which looks appetizing, but really isn't that appetizing, really isn't that tasty. But yeah, still, I enjoyed that day. I had a lot of fun. And then let's talk about July 9th, which is even fucking worse. I went to bed at 1:27 a.m. and I fell asleep at 4:30 a.m. Yeah, I went to bed and laid there for 3 fucking hours, and it was uncomfortable. I don't know why, but it feels very hot, and it feels like I have nothing to do, and I keep on thinking about things, and I keep on trying to not think about anything so that I could fall asleep, but no, every time it doesn't work. And I keep on like switching positions. I keep on looking, like I was facing up, and then I was facing right, and then I was facing left, and then so on and so forth. Around 2:17 a.m., I went out. I took 2 tablets of melatonin. It didn't work. I laid on the bed for another 2 hours, and then again at around 4:15 a.m., I went out and took 2 more tablets of melatonin, and it's a total of 4, and I finally fell asleep. And the worst thing about this is that in the morning, I don't feel sleepy. Not even. And then on that morning when I look at this phone, there's a purple spot. Again, are you actually fucking kidding me? My old phone died because there was a purple spot here, and it spread it across the whole screen like cancer, and it died, so I have to spend like $3,500 or so, like Hong Kong dollars, to buy a new fucking phone, which is around like 500 US dollars, maybe 480. And then my new phone has the purple spot again. 2 phones in a row, and it's not like a really common thing either. It's not really a common problem either. It's really, really fucking rare to naturally have 2 of your phone monitors die because of this purple spot reason. And this time the purple spot spread fast. It's even faster than the last phone died, than how the last phone died. It's like cancer, and it's scary. So I was worried, but I wasn't super worried for some reason because I know how and where to fix it. So yeah, after school, I literally went to the same place that I had been to a couple days before July 9th, which is the the IKEA place, the food court place. I went to that district again, and I went to the Samsung information center somewhere, something like that, Samsung fixing center, whatever. So I went there, I gave them my phone, and I left. I went back home, and then I went there again 3 hours later, and then I got back my phone. It costed me 750 Hong Kong dollars, which is about about 100 US dollars, and it sucks. And then I finally realized the reason why both of my previous phone monitors died of the same weird reason. Because of this. Because of this. I use this to hold my phone still. Before, I don't use this box, this Lego box. Before, I use the clamp to clamp my phone. But I realized that the clamp is asserting pressure to the phone monitor sideways, therefore crushing it. So I sort of used the box. Since the width of this box is longer than the phone length, the length of this box is longer than this phone's length. So I used this clamp to crush the box so that the box could hold my phone. So I'm actually kind of proud of myself for figuring out the problem and solving it. But yeah, there's that. I don't know. Nothing else happened on July 9th. I guess nothing all that important. No, other than we have a lot of homework. Even though exams fucking over, there is no such thing in this world as rest, because resting is a sin. So we need to always do homework, always do assignments, never rest, sleep as less as possible, always work out, always do your best to be better than others, because this is life. This is the definition of life. Never rest, always do things. So yeah, summer holiday doesn't exist really. It's a lie. It's an illusion. Yeah, it's an illusion. Yay.